So on to StockWatcher reports. So we have 4 stocks that we're going to cover, but if anybody else has something going on with their stocks that aren't pulled out here, go ahead and bring those issues up at the end. You can see, remember that I've created this kind of calendar for it. So this month are the 4 stocks in yellow. In February, we'll be covering Fastenal and UNH. I guess I should have moved one of those to February, but oh well. So next month we'll only have 2. Okay, so first up is Linda with Meta Platforms, aka Facebook.
Okay. Well, Meta price has gone up. You can see on there that it's really sort of topped out of the last 2 years. Yeah, that's the current price there. It's in the hold zone per se, but as you can tell from the potential gain loss graph, only barely. And the potential return high is potentially 21%, and the average projected return at 14%. So I always think it's more important to look at what's the return compared to the hold zone, because there are other things that go on with the buy, hold, and sell zones. Manifest Investing only gives it a quality rating of 89, which is not a bad rating. It's just not in the 90s. Their expectation for average return is 12%, which probably compares more closely to what I had at 13.9, yeah, the 14%. It's a strong company. I think it's it's 10% of our portfolio, so I don't know that we would add to the position. That's probably not a lot more to add there.
So would you buy it if you weren't concerned about the percent holding?
I would look at. I'm hoping we'll hear about Visa. I'm probably a little more of a Visa fan.
All righty. Okay, thanks. Okay, so next up is me for Microsoft, and that too has been on a tear. It's at or very near its 52-week high that hit it just on this last Friday. Before that, it was 287 something, so that's why at 288, or 388, excuse me. Those are 3s, not 2s. As I mentioned, they're on investor advisory service, and they have a buy below price of 325. Oh, I didn't finish my sentence. That their projected return as of mid-December was. We can go back a few slides. So their total return was 13. Whereas I have, oopsie, one more. Oops. There we go. Whereas I'm being a little more conservative, where my range was only between 6 and 9%. So maybe and you can see even on my projections that I'm a little bit more conservative than the analyst estimates. So if you all want me to be more, a little bit more optimistic on it, I'm welcome to do that. The other thing I just did was kind of highlight a couple things going on with Microsoft. Basically, a lot of where they're getting a lot of their profits and kind of future growth is coming from Azure, which is their cloud services, and then artificial intelligence, which is being built into many of their products like Windows 365. They have a product called Copilot that's built in to help you make smarter sentences and do things a little better. And just another kind of quick note that I don't know if you all followed the news on that in October they did complete the Activision Blizzard, which makes games, and so they noted that revenues from their gaming segment grew 9% thanks to the Xbox Game Pass and some other first-party content. So You can see this report was back in November, so there should be one coming out here before our next meeting. So I think personally it's probably a little overpriced right now. You can see my buy below price is 319. So it's a solid hold. I don't think it's that overvalued at this point that I would recommend to sell either. I think it's a nice core holding for us. We see we have a question or comment